Okay, problem 5, it's a piecewise function. So the question asks you, does the limit when x is approaching 2, does this limit exist? So this limit exists if and only if the limit from left is same as the limit from right. Okay, and what's the limit from left? So when x is approaching 2 from the left side, you can see x is approaching 2, but x is always smaller than 2. So because x is always smaller than 2, right? Based on these facts, we have to use this function. Okay, then you try subbing, you get 0 over 0, so you find a common factor on both sides, which is x minus 2. Right, so it's a limit 3 over x plus 2. Okay, so it's 3 over 4. So the limit from left is 3 over 4. What about the limit from right? So now, because when x is approaching 2 from the right side, x is approaching 2 and x is always greater than 2. Because x is always greater than 2, so you have to use this part of fx definition. Right? So it is x minus 2 over this. Again, for this, if you sub in, you get 0 over 0, so you have to multiply the conjugate of the denominator. Okay, it is limit So if you do the calculation of the denominator, it's 3 minus x minus 1 squared. Okay, so this part, it's actually 2 minus x. So 2 minus x, x minus 2 cancel out, you have a negative 1. Right, so you have limit x is approaching 2 from the right side, negative this. Okay, then you sub in, you get negative 2. So now, your limit from left is not equal to the limit from right. Right. So the limit, your conclusion is the limit of fx when x is approaching 2 does not exist. Does not exist. Okay. So let's do problem 7. It's very similar. Okay, it asks you to find CD such that gx is continuous at 4. Right. What does that mean? That means your g4, right? fx is continuous at a point a. That means ga should equal to limit x approaching a gx. Right. So what is g4? G4 is D, right? So D should equal to this limit. Then this limit exists, right? So this limit is not necessarily there. This limit does not necessarily exist, right? Again, this limit exists if and only if the limit from left equals the limit from right. Okay, then what's the limit from left? Again, it's limit So because x is approaching 4 and smaller than 4, so gx is x squared minus c squared. It is 16 minus c squared. So what about gx's limit when x is approaching 4 from the right side? It is limit cx plus 20. Right? X is approaching 4 from the right side, so it's 4c plus 20. And the left should be same as the right. Right? So 16 minus c equals 4c plus 20. Right? C squared plus 4c plus 4 is 0. So c is negative 2. Right? So c is negative 2. Okay, what about d? So you have to calculate. If c is negative 2, then what is your limit? Your limit gx, it is either 16 minus negative 2 squared, or it is 4 negative 2 plus 20, right? Both ways it will give you the answer 12, right? So the limit is 12. The limit value should be same as the g's value, right? So g4 equals 12, and g4 is what? G4 is d, right? G4 is exactly d, so c is negative 2, d is 12. Okay, this is the answer.